friends, hope everybody's having a great day. For me, it is Farm Friday, and that means doing farm chores all day today and tomorrow and Saturday, and probably a few on Sunday. But this afternoon, I am on my way to Farmer's Delight in DeSoto, Texas. I met these guys at the Midlothian Market this past summer when we went there to sell eggs and produce and such. And so Mark at Farmer's Delight is also buys our eggs. I'm on my way there, taking 24 dozen eggs to those guys to sell in their store. A lot of the reasons that we homestead and farm is so that we can raise our own food, and as much of our own food as we can. That includes our eggs and produce, and we'll hopefully soon have some pigs as well. But right now, we raise primarily produce and our chickens for their eggs. And anything that we have that's extra, we make available to family, friends, anyone that wants to come by and pick them up. And if you have a local store where they sell eggs and produce, we'll deliver those to you there. But primarily we grow it for our own food. And so I would encourage anybody, even if you live in town, to grow as much of your own food as you can. Living in town, having a backyard garden, even if it's just a small raised bed, or on your balcony, or growing a few things just for yourself to make you a little more self-sufficient, a little more self-sustainable, and it's also very enjoyable, very relaxing. Sometimes it's hard work, depending on the scale at which you're doing things, but the hard work is good for the body and spirit. So highly recommend it. If you have any interest in growing your own food, and you happen to be in our area, within a pretty close range of Red Oak, Texas. If you're interested in doing that and growing some of your own food, we have everything from our BCS to smaller tillers to our tractor with a 6-foot tiller on the back, and we can make a spot for a garden for you. If you have any interest in doing that, just shoot us an email, let us know. And if you don't already subscribe to our channel, I hope you will. Subscribe to Savvy Organics Farm, and be sure and ring the bell. Try to get those notifications when we create new videos. Watching a lot of YouTubers online, a lot of our gals that produce content for YouTube, it's pretty amazing how many of those we find, even though they are classified or call themselves or refer to themselves as homesteaders or farmers. A lot of these people seem to have jobs outside the home. There are quite a few, like Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, that don't have regular jobs anymore. They've sold their businesses and live totally off grid and are pretty much self-sustainable. They live all over the country and all over the world. Farming, homesteading, any of those things that, even if you work full-time, can still be very rewarding and help you be self-sufficient and sustainable in at least something, and just good for you. So it's just amazing that, like us, we call ourselves homesteaders and farmers, and we grow as much of our own food as we can, but and then we sell whatever we can. And we're trying to get into some restaurants and things to bring in some income from the farm, along with the eggs and the other produce. But trying to get into the restaurants and sell some lettuces and salad greens and salad mixes, and one of my passions, which are microgreens, so good and so nutritious, and trying to find and get into restaurants big hole in the road, to sell some of those things. But pretty much all day running errands, doing things for the farm, like today delivering eggs. This morning I went out to we have a local grocery store that provides us with all of the produce that they can't sell in their grocery store. So we go on Fridays and pick that up and take it home, and I think I did a video on this a week or so ago, but we use it for compost and use it to feed our chickens. So Another reason we want to get pigs is we'll have that good food source for them, and keep the feed costs down by having a good supply of produce to feed to the animals. I found YouTube to be just amazing. It's an amazing tool. You can find so much information out there on just about any subject, any topic, and rather than watching some of the mind-numbing TV that's on at night, and cable, which is expensive, satellite TV, all those things that are expensive, we have, over the last few years, really, our evenings, once we stop for the day, are spent watching YouTube videos, largely farming, homesteading type videos, beekeeping videos, a lot of history stuff too. I enjoy the history things, but YouTube is just great. So many great content producers out there that are both entertaining and educational. So there's always something out there. If you have an interest in it, you can do a search for, if you want to make kombucha, there are tons of videos out there on how to do it. And if you want to overhaul a transmission in your truck, there are tons of videos. How do you do it? And just so much information. It's a great use of the internet. And a lot of the YouTube channels out there that we watch, like Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, I've mentioned, Abundant Permaculture with Justin Rhodes, Art and Bree, The Fit Farmer, Mike over at The Fit Farmer and his family, and Daddy Curbs. A lot of their videos they're called vlogs. They're just about their daily life. I mean, they shoot video all day long through the course of what they do in their lives and farms. So they produce content from that. Sometimes it's just following along on their day, and sometimes they'll have segments and pieces that are they'll show you or tell you how to do different things related to whatever lifestyle you want to live. It's also interesting to me that when I first started watching these YouTube videos and things, especially for farming and homesteading, a lot of them seem to have just this idyllic life where everything seems to be just perfect, and that's just not the case. When you follow somebody's channel for a long time, you begin to find out that they'll share different details. There was a really kind of a touching story. Daddy Curbs, who's a beekeeper primarily, I think, he put out a video the other day about he has a son with special needs and all the trials and tribulations and things that they've had to go through to take care of him, along with him working a full-time job, and he and his family doing the homesteading thing. So life is hard no matter who you are or where you are or what your lifestyle is. There's always going to be difficulties, but it's pretty interesting when they share them online and share them on YouTube as part of their story. And that's a lot of what these YouTube channels are about. It's about them sharing their story for others to learn from, get information, and sometimes just be entertained. Some of these guys are just fun to watch. Cog Hill Farm, one of my favorites, Jason over at Cog Hill, they have a lot of educational stuff. They're fun to watch. If they have, he's known as the dancing farmer, and the guy's got moves. He can really dance. But anyway, I hope you guys will check out some of these other YouTube channels and subscribe to ours as well. The guys at Farmers Market or Farmers Delight in DeSoto, Texas. There's Mark's son there on the right, and I can't remember your name. Philip. Nice to meet you guys. So you guys work here often?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
You kind of conscripted into the family to do this kind of thing? Awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'm sorry I missed Mark, but let's look around the store here and see what these guys have.
Sure.
Man, look at all this good stuff. There's 10 pounds just looking at it. They have all these teas and coffees up here. Really cool stuff. And then the produce selection. We've got potatoes of all kinds and garlic and onions. And they have packages of nuts and candies. Tons and tons of different kinds of produce here. Stuff looks really, really good. So, Farmers Delight in DeSoto. plenty of produce and stuff here, and we just delivered our eggs to these guys, and hopefully soon we'll be giving them some greens as well. But they have the cooler section here. They've got some spinach, lettuces, tomatoes, and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of salads, peanuts, watermelons. Man, look at all this fruit. Good prices too. They're not very expensive. So if you're in the area, stop by Farmer's Delight. So there's the storefront. Like I said, just finished delivering the eggs here. These guys, this time of year, we've got a lot of pumpkins out here. They also have firewood for sale for all the people that live in town that don't have their own firewood. But if you're in town or in the area here in DeSoto, Texas, or nearby, I'd highly recommend coming by and visiting with these guys at Farmer's Market, Farmer's Delight, and picking up that homegrown produce you need for your home.